In order to build a movement to overcome social isolation and build social connectedness, there's really only three things to do. It's always the same three things. One is to call it out, to create awareness. Two, to destigmatize it. And three, to build and call out pathways to break it down.
The fellowship program is a key element of the Samuel Center for Social Connectedness, and it's one of the first official activities of the center. So the idea is to allow young people, recent graduates, to have the opportunity to delve into different research topics in relation to social connectedness.
The idea for the fellowship came from the fact that most of us in Professor Samuel's class were graduating students, and we had a lot of conversations with her about what was next. And the overwhelmingly popular answer was, I don't know. And her being the wonderfully involved professor that she is, wanted to help us.
It was basically an opportunity to explore an area of research that you're interested in. You got to pick your theme, your topic, and everything from your methodology to how you wanted to design your research was all left open to the students.
The goal of my research was to examine the effectiveness of policies and programs related to mental health services. So I interviewed key students who are working on mental health policies, a few administrative people, and other students who've been impacted by mental health services.
I wanted to kind of understand how we could ensure universal access to healthy and nutritious food for everyone, and sort of looking at current problems and envisioning solutions for a future crisis.
I wanted to investigate the resettlement process of people who arrive as new Canadians under refugee status and how that takes place in Montreal, which is a very particular city within Canada because it's the main city in Quebec that receives immigrants.
My research topic was child enforced marriage in North America. And the reason I chose that is because I come from a very Mormon family, and I grew up seeing a lot of people around me get married very, very young, and I saw how that affected their lives. And when I learned about social isolation, those two things just kind of clicked in my head that that's what that was.
Sort of able to take your passion, your 4 years of intellectual travels and put it together, throughout the fellowship. A lot of times during school, right, you're doing papers for the sake of doing papers. Here you are sort of given an opportunity, almost, carte blanche, saying like, you're interested in this, there is a reason why this is important, go out and tell me what's going on and find something and provide recommendations and grow, your ideas, really.
It is theoretical in that it is aspirational, in that it recognizes at the outset the presence of values and the weight of different values, what we value, what we don't value. And if we don't value connection, or however you might describe it, then we can very well end up with consequences that make other problems that are there much worse.
I really enjoyed doing something that I was really in charge of 100%. I felt like I actually produced something that I was proud of.
For me, it wasn't necessarily in line with my research topic, but I did meet my current employers through Professor Samuel and through the class, so definitely changed my life.
I made great connections with the people that I worked with as well, other fellows. It's an incredibly pleasant thing to do right out of university. I felt very fortunate to have this.